It's not that I'm out of bounds for where the rest of the committee is on neutral. It's just that I flipped from having one of the highest neutral rates last year to now one of the lowest neutral rates. And that's driven by things like population growth, right? It's driven by things like fiscal deficits. And if you think about population growth, right, that's normally considered to be one of the biggest drivers of neutral rates. And it's part of the reason why people think that neutral usually moves very, very slowly, because population growth changes only very, very slowly as new technologies and cultural trends drive people to have fewer kids over time. But we experienced in the last few years 30 years worth of population growth change in only 3 years. Right? When you look at the rate of population growth, it changed more in the last 3 years than it did in the previous 30 years in both directions. It round-tripped completely. And so if the drivers of changes in the neutral rate accelerate over time, it would only make sense to me that the neutral rate itself would change more rapidly over time as well. And so that's pushed neutral higher last year and lower this year, which means that policy is passively tightened, because what matters for the stance of policy is where you are relative to the neutral rate. And if neutral is here and policy's up here, you're very tight. If neutral's here and policy's down here, you're very loose. But if you stay where you are and then neutral goes down, you've passively tightened because the neutral rate has shifted. And so policy has grown tighter over the course of the year. Now, it's not the case that you would expect to see a significant downturn in the economy immediately as a result of that, because monetary policy works with lags. It hits the economy with long and variable lags, as we all know. But if you maintain that very restrictive stance of policy for a long period of time, you really increase the chances that those lags come to manifest and that monetary policy then itself induces a downturn in the economy.
Why was